Now, despite massive mineral wealth in Central Africa, over 70% of the population lives in abject poverty. Political wrangling in the region, coupled with rebel groups competing for the vast mineral resources, has contributed to the increased poverty. And joining me now to talk about what's being done to tap into the vast mineral wealth is Francisca Thatchoup, Vice President of the Economic Community of Central African States. Francisca, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
This is very interesting because this is so much wealth of minerals, natural resources in that region. What exactly happens and why are there so many people experiencing economic hardship in Central Africa?
I think the economic hardship in Central Africa has diverse reasons. One of the reasons is that the country's economy are not well organized yet. We have a lack of building of industries, so we cannot process the minerals in our countries. This makes that most of the minerals are being exported, and as you know, they're not being exported necessarily by the countries as such. So there's a lot of foreign involvement in the fight for these minerals. All these reasons, together with institutional weakness, makes it a little bit difficult or greatly difficult for the people to benefit from it.
Let's focus on women and girls here, because all we hear in Africa is the women and the backbone of the society. And what is your organization, as the vice president of this organization, in terms of empowering women and girls to be economically able to do stuff for themselves?
First of all, I would like to say that my reason for being in the US is in order to do mission of investment promotion for the region. And investment promotion includes looking for financing for different activities, including women and youth entrepreneurship. Indeed, we do need to invest into women and youth. My organization has a department that treats gender issues and social issues. And we also have a department that treats economic and commerce issues. So we are looking for investors in order to enhance the participation of women and youth in entrepreneurship.
In your view, what really stands in the way of the Central African leaders to come together with a plan that can make this vast wealth, viable and usable for their communities?
We do have plans. We do have great programs, great development programs. The implementation of these programs needs and required financing, and needs and required one voice, both by the African leaders, but as well from the foreign communities. Once that is being done, and this is why our organizations as the ECAs are standing for, we will be implementing, and we have already started implementing these plans, so that the populations of our region will be able to benefit of all this mineral and wealth that we have.
Francisca, we're talking about 11 countries in the Central Africa region. Most of the people might think maybe Burundi, Rwanda, Congo. The Central African Republic, you go down south to Angola, there's so much wealth, including oil wealth. So when it comes to the rebel groups that are interfering with all the, the safety, the peace and security of that region, what is being done to make this, a gone thing so that people don't have to fear to do business across the borders of their countries?
Now, ECA's work in creating a business environment and harmonized business environment for all of the African countries. And we also work in creating better security conditions. So all of these efforts together makes it possible that already in some of these countries, huge investments are being done.
So there's a lot more. What else do you see as very key to making things happen as quickly as you would like them to happen for the people of Central Africa?
We think, I think that institutionally there's still much to be done. In terms of strengthening the institutional powers of the Central African institutions, even such as the ECAS as such. We're still working, we're still reforming our functioning, and functionally, there are also still some major challenges. So I believe that both there is a political will. We do have the great programs. ECAS has 5 years development programs in 5 different sectors. Most of them I have already mentioned. And we need the financing. So we call for financing of this program by our partners, by those who want to see Central Africa being developed and its wealth used for the promotion and for the well-being of its people, right, to come and invest in Central Africa.
Very well said. I hope that happens very soon. Francisca, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Francisca Thatchoup is the Vice President of the Economic Community of Central African States.